But first, let's talk about what's hot now. I realized I'm looking at the monitor. I saw my hands up, arms up, and theirs weren't. I thought, oh well. You know what? That's nothing. Everybody's talking about Donald Trump, right? The reaction to his proposal issued Monday, calling for a ban on all Muslims from entering the United States. In this city, we're looking at the cover of the Daily News. It shows a cartoon version of Trump beheading the Statue of Liberty, along with the Daily News version of a poem that came out years ago dealing with Nazi Germany and the bigotry. They've changed the words to fit with Trump. So the Daily News rewrites this poem. When Trump came for the Mexicans, I did not speak out, as I was not a Mexican. When he came for the Muslims, I did not speak out, as I was not a Muslim. Then he came for me. Pretty strong stuff from the Daily News that has been doing this sort of editorializing on the front page now for a little over a week, since San Bernardino, for sure. So, and then the press secretary at the White House, and they've never spoken like this about a candidate. He said, based on what Trump has said, he should be disqualified from running for president. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, he's saying it because he's supposed to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. Right. And these words, I understand that, you know, people are scared about what's going on in the world today. But he says we have no choice. Trump says we have no choice. We have a choice. We don't use hate rhetoric.
That's right.
We don't use hate rhetoric to scare people.
But here's what he would say. This is the way
You're playing Trump here.
I'm playing. Well, I'm not trying to play Trump, but the way he talked about it with Barbara Walters last night, he says, "Look, I'm saying this is short term, and it's because we don't have our act together in this country. Our borders are not safe." So his point is, until we get our act together as a country, why risk it? Is that fair?
I think that sentence, yes, that's fair. But I'm shocked sitting here as a Mexican on this panel because I'm surprised that everybody else is surprised. Okay, when this happened and he made the statements against Mexicans, everyone I spoke to in my family yesterday was like, why are we surprised? It was Muslims now. Who's it going to be next? He is in the habit of making these broad generalizations that are lies. They are not true. The truth is what he's saying. It's racist, it's hurtful, and for everything else, it is grossly irresponsible. So why are we surprised at these kinds of lies are coming out of this man's mouth?
Is he playing into the hands of ISIS?
Of course he's playing into the hands of ISIS. Look, Donald Trump is not an expert on national security. He's not. Let's listen to the experts. Okay, the Secretary of Homeland Security, Jay Johnson, just came out yesterday. He never does interviews. He is so upset with what Donald Trump is painting us as, and it is so dangerous. Think about this. We need Muslims on our side. The 95% of the Muslims out there that, you know, are moderate, this is easy for ISIS to recruit them because now we're showing so much hatred from this country to our fellow Muslims that they're going to automatically hate us. So they're going to be like, well,
it's
screw that.
It's bad for national security. I mean, think about the King of Jordan, like Afghanistan. These are U.S. allies that you're now isolating. This is horrible. Talk about foreign policy. You want a president that understands foreign policy. This man is not qualified to be president of the United States.
Credit the fact that there are a lot of people that agree with what he's saying and that do feel that we need to get ourselves together. I don't agree with how he says things, but some of the things that he says, you know, you have to understand there's a large population out here that believes in what he says. That's why he's
not a large
But here's the thing.
No, it is a large population. That's why I don't think it is a small percentage.
It is a small percentage.
I think you have to understand that he's running on a conservative ticket, and there are a lot of conservatives.
Paul Ryan just said yesterday, Donald Trump does not represent the GOP, and he certainly does not represent this country. So when your own party is saying this is not what we stand for,
numbers, he speaks for somebody.
But like we said, people are scared, they're upset, they're worried about their own country, they want to take care of things here. But the thing is, people are taking steps. The House did take a step. They passed, you know, the visa waiver bill, which now limits access to come in. You need a visa if you've ever traveled to Iraq, Syria, and I think Iran in the last 5 years. So they are taking steps. And these are the steps we need to take to protect our country, not banning a whole religion.
What do you think about...
I mean, could you imagine if the Westboro Baptist Church went overseas and bombed a place, and then all of a sudden no more Christians are coming into our country? It would make us upset as Christians here in America, and we would automatically go to hate, and we can't do that. We need everyone together.
You know, Francis Ford Coppola has a very interesting take on all of this. He's been watching all the cable news networks talking about this pretty much 24 hours a day, and he said he's fed up with it. He thinks that plays into the hands of ISIS, and he wishes, this is his quote, that they would just shut up, that CNN would shut up about the Middle East and breaking news. It's not all breaking news. And it's like constantly, it's like on this loop. And it's publicity for them in many ways.
I agree. It's not helping anything. The only thing it's doing is inciting hatred. It's scaring people. People are buying more guns because of everything. All this breaking news.
Well, the breaking news is scaring it. I don't blame CNN for perpetuating ISIS. I mean, like he's saying, I don't think it perpetuates hate. I think people are curious. People need to know facts. And I don't think cable news, it's like CNN, they bring the news and what's going on in the world. They should limit their use of breaking news.
But they don't. They can't help themselves. They've got 24 hours to fill.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
they have to sell a product.
So that's what it is to them. It's like, yes, it's almost. As you mentioned guns in the promo to this, in the lead into the show, we talked about gun. You might have heard that. Gun TV is coming soon to a channel near you. It's going to begin in January of 2016, 24 hours a day. It's like the home shopping network for guns and gun accessories.
I think that's a great idea.
You do?
Yeah, because number one, you get to find out what fool is out here buying guns. It's true, because when you're on the QVC and stuff like that, you have to tell the person, oh, this is Muriel from Washington buying. Oh, good, now we know Muriel from Washington is a fool.
Well,
so I like stuff like that.
They can track easier.
Well, and they also say, in their defense, they say, listen, anybody that buys off of this site has to have a background check. It's not like a gun show where you can go buy a gun and you don't.
So we were questioning that today. So they have to have a background.
They have to have one. You order the gun, you pay for it, whatever it is, you get the background check, and then you pick it up at your local gun store.
It doesn't come to your house.
But can't they give? My question is, can't they give like a fake social security number, a fake name? I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong here because it's not a person to person. You don't have to bring in photo ID. How do you really check that?
I don't know.
Do you understand? Like, there's so many layers that can go wrong. It's like kids getting alcohol or calling in for a service. They can call in and get alcohol and get it delivered.
But I predict it's going to do very well.
Of course, it'll be great. And I think this will also get us closer to some sensible gun regulation in the end if you have this gun TV, because things are going to get a little crazy. And
it's just the timing seems to me so.
No, the timing's so right for them, though. Think
squeeze
about
out as
free
much
publicity.
money as possible out of these guns. They are, because they know there's regulation coming. They just know it.
And there are also a lot of people who are scared who want the guns, too, or who feel that their Second Amendment rights are about to be taken away. Whether you agree with that or not.
No one's taking anyone's guns away.
I'm just saying that's the way
God.
some people feel. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it does, but I'm saying right now I think it'll do very well.
Of course it will.
We were talking about this article that came out today about families when their children get married. They're more concerned about the child marrying outside of their political ideology than outside of their faith now. We've become so divided as a country that if you're a Democrat and your child, God forbid, loves a Republican, it's hell. I mean, they can marry, like I married a Jewish man, that'd be fine, it's in theory, but if he was very conservative, people would go crazy.
Were your parents up in arms when you married Richard?
No, they were not. No, they were not.
But it's just interesting now. Like back when I was a kid, marrying a Catholic was a big deal. Like marrying something in my faith. And I married a Catholic, which was fine. But I married my husband, and he was like, I'm a moderate Democrat, and he is sort of skewed now. And he would consider himself more Republican after 8 years of being together, and it's caused some strife between us.
Really?
You want that man to become a Republican?
I did. I don't know what I did to him.
I mean, it just shows you how.
It's very contentious watching the debates. And here's the thing, the one thing it does offer, I see his point of view, and it opens myself up to
I was going to say, in the old days, both sides would talk, and both sides have valid points.
Yes, it could,
That's what I was
now we don't
saying.
have that.
And that's what I was saying the other day. We're so divided because of things like the gerrymandering, and we only watch Fox News or we only watch MSNBC. We're so separated that we don't learn from each other.
But you guys talk about this as married people. As a single woman, I'd marry even a Hell's Angel. I don't care, okay?
Yeah, but no, that's not true.
I married Donald Trump. Are you kidding me?
No, you said
it's not
you
that
would not
way.
marry outside your faith. You said.
Well, but as soon as my eggs start drying up, that's going to go out the window also. I'm telling you, it's about options.
As long as my son or daughter marries someone that treats them well, I'm fine with that. I'm going to raise someone so educated that they can deal with whoever they marry.
Right. Okay.
Have to deal with it.
All right, I want to move on to my very favorite topic, technology. By applause, everybody, how many people use their phones to text? Do you use it? Okay. So when you write your text, and be honest, by your applause, do you put a period at the end of a thought or sentence? Oh, you are very, very, very bad. Very, very bad. According to new research out of Binghamton University, text messages ending with a period are perceived as being less sincere than those without any punctuation at the end.
I thought this was so weird.
It's like supposed to be mean-spirited.
No, it is honestly because when someone puts a period at the end of whatever the text is, even if it's like "I love you," period, it basically means stop texting me. That's what it means to me in all caps. Because you're ending the conversation. You're supposed to have a line break. You're supposed to hit like enter and then enter the next thought. A period is just so final. There's so much finality
because
to
you
it.
ended your thought, period.
What happened to grammar? What happened to using correct
grammar went out the door. Such an abuser. I am such an abuser
not
of
a letter.
I'm an abuser of the exclamation mark, and this is the reason that the periods are offending us these days. If you don't put 3 of those exclamation marks, then you don't mean it. You don't feel like you're happy. If you put a period,
You should be grateful you get a text.
Yeah,
To me, be
period,
grateful
like, oh,
someone even
what's wrong?
cared.
But don't you believe that when you're texting with someone, when I text with people, it's an ongoing conversation, right? So I want to leave it open to continue the conversation. The period shuts it down.
I don't even return half my text messages until days later.
Oh, I love a text.
So now if I get a period from you or you or you or you, that means you're done with
Stop
me?
talking to me.
Don't text back.
That's great.
I thought I was done with periods, and they're back once again. Darn it, darn it. Every time I rear my head, they're back. All right, before we go, I'm just saying, I can't handle this. Die-hard Star Wars fans are this is crazy. Standing in line in Los Angeles as we speak. The movie is 9 days away from premiering. They're already there. They're camping out. They put their tents up at night. They have to sign in and sign out if they have to go pee-pee somewhere. It's unbelievable. To me, this is Nutty Luigi.
Do they get to see the movie for free if they wait in line?
No, they all have
They
tickets.
have to pay for it?
Oh, they've paid. They just want a good seat, probably.
Wait, can we show that picture again? Because look at them, first of all. These are diehard. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is a diehard fan.
No, but if you saw them walking down the street in New York, you wouldn't blink.
I tried to take a picture with them, and they charged me money.
They definitely have 10 days to stand in line because they ain't got no woman, no kids, no nothing. You know they
But
say
you have those shoes, so you're just as bad.
For them. This has been having fun. I've camped out for tickets, New Kids on the Block.
That's it.
I've camped out for them before.
That's fun.
It was more of the, the socialization of doing this. But, I mean, 10 days, that is a
We
lot.
all have something we would camp out for.
I would not camp. I only camp out for Jesus, and he ain't here right now.
I got a text for them. Go home, period.